Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Alongside Jamie Lent, I'm Chois Woodman. This is the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3. Appreciate you making us part of your Tuesday morning. Cleaning up some of our baseball, Josh Jung, trade deadline, all that sort of thing. The thoughts on the chat line. Someone says, I didn't get that from the message from CY last night. I saw this today. Based on recent reports from July 21st, 2025, Chris Young, Texas Rangers president of baseball operations, made comments regarding Josh Jung, but not specifically about trading him. That's from Dan in Dallas. Okay. Yeah, it's funny. You can hear, three people can hear the same interview and take three different things away from it. So That's how it is. So I was just going off of a text that was sent to me. I haven't heard Chris Young's comments.
I just don't think, even if he believes that to be true, and I think it's possible that it is true, I don't think he's going to publicly say that.
Right. Someone asked, did Chuck get suspended? Not that I know of. He's off.
No.
On vacation. I think Chuck's unsuspendable.
He's untouchable. He's got
a huge contract.
Yeah, he's like Corey Seager. Yeah, Marcus Semien.
Yeah, I would more so compare Chuck to Chan-Ho Park, but
okay.
But, it's fine. Josh Jung makes...
Remember when we thought his contract was massive?
Oh, I do.
4 year, $60 million, right?
I do.
And we were like, oh my gosh, did the Rangers pay?
Why did they overpay so much? Remember Shin-Soo Choo's contract?
That was large.
That was, yeah.
Mm-hmm. None of them compete with A-Rod's contract. All of Major League Baseball and their incredibly high salaries, they can thank to the Texas Rangers.
There we go.
For
blame the Rangers.
Taking it from like $100 million for the max contract to $250 million with A-Rod.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Josh Jung makes $800,000. That's who they want to trade for. They want to dump the expensive underperformers.
Well,
yeah.
They've all been underperformers this year. Pretty much on the offensive side.
Yeah. Look at the Rangers box scores. Semien, Seager, Garcia haven't hit all year. Last night, all the production came from the bottom three in the lineup. The high-priced pieces need to be sent down to Round Rock. Well, that won't happen, but I do agree with you. If you're going ratio on contract to production, those guys have definitely underperformed compared to the others.
Yeah, Josh is hitting 242, right? And we all look at that and go, okay, that's not great. We understand why he got sent to the minor leagues, blah, 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 blah. Marcus Semien, 230.
Yep.
Adolis Garcia, 230.
Yeah.
Wyatt Langford, 232. Yeah,
Langford's another guy that they could have optioned. But I feel like he's had more RBI production this year, or just...
Fair enough.
Come through at times a little bit more. Josh Jung, I think, was your most consistent hitter until we got to the month of June. Mm-hmm. He was the Rangers' most consistent hitter, and his numbers backed it up. He just had a abysmal month of June, and
he looked out of sorts.
Yeah, he needed a reset button, and I think that's what they got. So I'm just hopefully it continues, but. It was so great to see Josh Jung have a good night at the plate last night and be part of the production that the Rangers needed. Just saying that at some point they will have to make tough decisions on guys even young, like they did with Pudge. Even teams with large payrolls, just part of it. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand the business side,
true.
But it doesn't take the emotion side out for me as a fan.
Yeah.
I want Josh Jung to be a Ranger for life. That's my hope. I also get that that's a rare thing, more rare now than ever. But I can still have that hope as a fan of Josh Jung and the Rangers. And when Josh Jung got drafted by the Rangers, it was so awesome. I was like, no way. How cool is this? And then you kind of just hope as they go through the minors, okay, don't trade him away. Don't trade him away before he gets there. Because that happens at a decent clip as well. But anyway, so something else news-wise yesterday. Your Big 12 conference, Jamie, got an offer, and seems like it's not official that they've rejected this offer, but it does seem like there's a large lack of support for it. But the Memphis Tigers offered between, as more news came out on this yesterday afternoon, it appears that they offered between $200 and $250 million in ad revenue, is what this ended up being.
Okay.
From companies like Lowe's and FedEx and that. So $200 to $250 million over 5 years in ad revenue for the Memphis Tigers to join the Big 12. So they had a quick meeting yesterday, and Brett McMurphy reported that it lacks support. Is this a no-brainer to turn down Memphis here for that kind of money? I mean, is the Big 12 in position to turn down ad revenue? Like, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, when you break it down, it's really not that all that much money per team.
Yeah.
And then you consider that you are now would be, so you would now be cutting the pie a little bit, a little bit more. You'd be slicing it a little bit more, so you'd be getting less in the network deals from the television stations. And so financially, I just don't think it's a great deal for the Big 12 Conference.
Right. If this was a brand name coming in.
Do we feel like Memphis is going to bring that much more to the table? I don't think their teams are bad. But I just don't think that they're, as far as the TV exposure and the market and all that, I just don't know that they're going to bring a lot.
I think Memphis is very similar to a Houston and to Cincinnati in that they're college teams, a lot of times solid college teams, that are just playing in a pro market, and they don't get the attention and don't bring a lot to the table for that reason. So, yeah, it's hard to argue that would have been a good move. I'd love to hear it if anybody tells us why it would be a good move for the Big 12 to make. We'll continue that. More of your thoughts on the other side of this day in sports history, which is next. It's the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3.
This is the Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Thanks for hanging with us on a Tuesday. It's the Morning Drive. Choice, Jamie, Jeff with you this morning, and Jeff brings us this day in sports history.
Start us off 1923. Washington Senators future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Walter Johnson becomes the first to reach 3,000 career strikeouts.
Let's go. En
route to 3,508 was his final total, with 5 Ks and a 3-1 win over the Cleveland Indians. 1955, Philadelphia Phillies beat the St. Louis Cardinals 5-3 to complete a team record 11-game win streak. As impressive as an 11-game win streak is, here's why I put it in here today.
Mm-hmm.
This was 1955. That's the longest win streak since 1892.
For the Phillies.
Yeah.
Whoa.
1990, in the 77th Tour de France, winner Greg LeMond of the United States of America. Still the only reigning, still the only active, well, not active is not the word, the only American to ever win the Tour de France.
Recognized.
Well, the others were removed.
Well, I remember them winning.
Oh, sure, but then they were removed.
Who was the other guy after Armstrong? Anybody remember?
Landis?
Floyd Landis. Right?
Floyd Landis.
Yeah. Man, that's a good pull.
Thanks.
I hadn't heard his name in a really long time.
Well, that's because,
Was he just a one-year guy?
he was just a one-year guy.
Okay.
But I think he was on
Everything?
Armstrong's team.
Oh.
Like, I think he was the number 2 on Armstrong's team for, like, the last 3 of his runs.
Okay.
I think. 1997, Atlanta Braves pitcher Greg Maddux throws a complete game. Nobody's shocked by that, except that he only needed 78 pitches to do it in a 4-1 win over the Cubs at Wrigley Field in Chicago. 78 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
There have been games where pitchers haven't gotten out of the 3rd inning on 78 pitches. Greg Maddux is a cheat code. And in 2015, former Red Raider A.J. Ramos earns his 16th save of the year in a 5-3 Marlins win over the Diamondbacks. Again, A.J. Ramos doing a lot of heavy lifting in the summer for this day in sports history, and I appreciate him for that. It is National Panache Fudge Day. And it's basically just your good old-fashioned regular fudge, but it's made with more brown sugar. So it's got a different flavor to it.
Okay.
Selena Gomez, 33. David Spade, 61. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, is 60. Willem Dafoe is 70. Ezekiel Elliott, just 30. Danny Glover, 79. Sean Lee, 39. Keyshawn Johnson, 53. And Tim Brown is 59. And on this day in 1991, cannibal and serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer is caught in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, when police officers spot Tracy Edwards running down the street in handcuffs. After hearing a story about Dahmer threatening to kill him, they investigate. And they were just about ready to leave, satisfied that it was a misunderstanding, when one of them, out of the corner of their eye, catches a Polaroid of a dismembered body. The forensic examination of his apartment turned up 11 victims, the first of whom disappeared in March of 1989, just 2 months before Dahmer successfully escaped a prison sentence for child molestation by telling the judge that he was desperately seeking to change his conduct. Dahmer later confessed to 17 murders in all, dating back to his first victim in 1978. And that is this day in sports history.
There we go. All right. I'll continue to chime in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Like this one. Choice and Jamie, would it be more heartbreaking Josh Jung being an Astro or a Yankee? Zero question here.
For both
and
of you.
Jamie's, yeah, I was about to say Jamie's like wrong person to ask.
Yeah. I would be stoked.
Would you really want him to, like,
would he want another Red Raider on the
Yankees? I
Yankees?
want the Yankees, or
I want Josh wherever Josh wants to be.
I
would imagine he would rather be in Arlington than New York.
For life, yeah.
Because
you
his
would think so.
family is closer and he's tight with his family.
It's a
and all
great
that good stuff.
situation
Yeah,
for
he's a Texan.
Josh. But if those are the two options for me, Yankee, easily. I used to hate the Yankees. I probably hated the Yankees more than any team growing up. That's subsided for whatever reason. It's because my hate.
Because they're not good anymore.
Well,
they don't win anymore.
They haven't won since I was at high school. They haven't won a championship since I was. That's not true. I think it was my freshman year in college when they won.
Pretty simple.
A championship.
Suddenly teams are more likable when they don't win. It's kind of works that way.
It is true.
Suddenly teams are very unlikable when they do win.
I mean, but the Rangers did kind of get over a hump by beating the Yankees to get to the World Series. So I don't know. It's subsided, and almost all my baseball hate is channeled towards the Astros at this point. So easily, I would guess Josh Jung would rather be a Yankee than an Astro too. I don't know. Maybe the home thing. I mean, you've told me before, but Jung was a Yankees fan growing up, so yeah. I'm sure that would be kind of cool for him. I hope he's a Ranger.
Pinstripes on his bedroom wall.
That seems like bad parenting. Who lets their kid do that? Memphis basketball for sure. Football, nope. Okay. Yeah, I don't.
Memphis basketball that's currently under probation.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, we want them.
I don't know. if you ever split off, if it ever became a football-only league, then sure. You could take in some basketball teams. But you made a statement, Jamie, of yesterday on the bottom line of there's at least 3 teams out there that you would choose ahead of Memphis at this point, and we started going through a list, and there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of better options than Memphis. I think you mentioned both of the Pac-12 leftovers. Yeah, I'm taking either one of those.
I just feel like that would be a TV market that you could get more than you could Memphis.
I just think there's more value there. Yeah. So overall value for the programs.
I'd love to add Oregon State with what they have in baseball too.
Oh yeah, but Washington State, Oregon State. I think Boise State is more valuable in terms of a group of 5 team than Memphis.
That'd be fun. I'd love seeing us play on the blue field.
You love that blue field.
I like it.
That is one of the more shocking things. Jamie loves colored fields.
Yep.
That's a little tricked up for you. But,
it is a little tricked up.
But that's all right. So yeah, Memphis, we did the math on it. $200 million. I say we. Jamie did the math for me yesterday. $200 million is $12.5 million per team. If that's what ended up coming in. If it's $250, okay, a little bit more. It's not.
What's Memphis's cut of the current TV contract?
That's what I'm saying. In like 2 years, that's a loss.
So I just don't think that it'd be a very good fiscal move for the Big 12. Again, if this was Clemson or a number of teams that bring tangible value to the Big 12 conference, then it's obviously a different conversation. Right. But Memphis is in a desperation mode trying to buy their way into the Big 12 and not hiding it. And I don't blame Memphis at all for trying to do it because they see the writing on the wall that they're going to get left out, and they're trying to do something similar to what SMU did.
Are the owners of those two, who are the two companies?
FedEx is based out of Memphis, and I think the former owner used to be a Memphis.
I'm wondering what the Memphis connection was.
I would assume Lowe's is similar. It is the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
It's the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3 and the Double T 97.3 mobile app. With Jamie Lent, I'm Chois Woodman. Jeff McGuire back behind the glass handling us. Y'all continue to chime in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. It's funny. You just mention Adam Sandler and the chat line will blow up. Or food of any sort. That's usually what does it.
So we're all worried that Happy Gilmore 2 is going to be terrible.
Worried is too strong. I'm not going to put that much emotion or effort into worry, but because of sequel rate in terms of good sequels, it doesn't happen too often. I would say I don't have high expectations, but I think it could be. Just follow. I think Maverick, the Top Gun sequel, was a great line to follow for most sequels. Just take a whole lot from the original. Yeah. Play the hits.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it went.
And you can make a good sequel. So we'll see if Happy Gilmore does the same. There won't be a Chubbs Peterson, though. We know that.
That's too bad.
Because he passed last year? Something like that.
Well, he passed in the movie. So it'd be hard to bring him back.
Ghost. Yeah, he was a ghost.
Came back as a ghost.
He was a ghost at the end.
Oh, that's right.
So they could...
And got his hand back.
True, that's true.
They could have used him in some role, but...
Yeah, that's fair, as a ghost.
Right.
I think they have his son in the movie. Not like the actor's
son,
but I don't know who's playing
it. Yeah, I can't remember, but it should be.
Apparently he also ran into an alligator because he also has a wood hand that Happy Breaks. I saw 2 previews, and it was in both of them, so I don't think
it is, and there's a son in there. Lavelle Crawford. Whoever that is. All right, Ridiculous 6 was decent. Just Go With It was good. I'm trying to remember which one that was. I think it was funny. Is that him and Jennifer Aniston? The Wedding...
Oh, I think so.
Wedding Singer, worst movie ever. Okay. Used to really like Sandler and Will Ferrell films. I'd pass on most of the stuff they put out now. Hubby's Halloween was fairly good. Okay.
Never heard of that one.
Never saw it. Hustle on Netflix is a good Adam Sandler movie. That's the basketball one. I need to watch it.
I need to check that one out.
Choice winner applications available for the 2027 Masters. I think it's right after the 26 Masters. There's a date. I'll tell everybody on the radio so you can apply. Just don't take my tickets. Reign Over Me is an underrated Sandler film. Showing my age, I still love Airheads. Wasn't it Coneheads?
No, it's Airheads.
What's Coneheads?
Coneheads is Will Ferrell, not Will, Dan Aykroyd, and I forget her name.
Okay.
Where they were aliens and they eat everything in like one bite kind of concept.
He's not in that?
No. He's in Airheads where they take over a radio station so they can play a demo tape.
I never saw that. Okay.
Your list of movies that you own, it might be in there.
Yeah, I don't think I own that one. No. There you go.
It is decently stupid enough. Brendan Fraser and Adam Sandler movie, and who's the other guy? I can see his face. Can't think of his name. He was. I'll figure it out. But yeah.
Marquise says, hopefully Josh Jung is over his slump. Yeah, if you're just joining us, didn't see it last night, Josh Jung hit a home run in his first at bat back. With 2 for 2. Reads safely every time up, I believe.
Yeah, had a walk as well.
So, great stuff for Josh Jung.
Home run.
3 runs scored. Yeah.
Yep.
Great night for Josh Jung in his return to the bigs. Marquise also says, I like Memphis to the Big 12. Can you explain more, Marquise? Because what do you like about Memphis to the Big 12? I don't think it would be a good move for the league, personally.
I don't hate it. I don't think it would be financially great. But I mean their football and basketball programs will provide something decent.
I think yes, but no, I don't think it offsets what they don't bring.
I agree. I
don't think it's a negative move. I just don't think it's a positive move. And why would you add more pieces to the pie like you're talking about if it's not a plus move?
Right.
That's why I say I view it like Houston and I view it like Cincinnati. And Houston, you can at least point to and say they bring a lot, at least currently, in basketball. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what Memphis does to move the needle. And I guess if there's not a positive up front, then it's a net negative. Because you're cutting the pie up more and you're putting an extra team in there. So that's why I personally don't think Memphis would be a good move. Because you need the positivity of them bringing in a new market. Okay, it does bring in a new market. That's the wrong way to say it. Bringing in a lot of new eyeballs.
Yeah, and I don't think Memphis does.
No. Why do Memphis and SMU get criticism for spending available money to better their programs? Isn't that exactly what Tech is doing? I just said, if you were listening, I said, I can't blame Memphis for doing this. I don't think this is a bad move by Memphis to attempt to jump in.
It feels like everything that you're doing right now is trying to buy your way into the Super Conference or the SEC, whatever. Yeah. I mean, you're trying to make sure that you're a team that is wanted by that Super Conference or whatever. So you're trying to prove that you're worthy.
Yeah, I don't blame Memphis for making the attempt at the Big 12. No issue. I also don't blame the Big 12 for saying, I don't think you're good enough for us.
No, you just don't give us enough.
I was looking at the softball portal, and there are a lot of players affiliated with USC Upstate. What is USC Upstate?
I think that's South Carolina.
Okay.
Upstate, University of South Carolina.
Upstate.
Yeah.
maybe it's a good softball school. Honestly, don't know that much. Jane Curtin, Coneheads.
She was the mom in from Saturday Night Live.
Okay. Clay says, morning, boys. Morning, Clay. There are a few Adam Sandler movies that aren't worth watching, and most of them are worth watching and are actually really good people who say things like The Wedding Singer sucks that just have no comedic humor, or they're very, very young or very old. Wedding Singer is one of the best. Just go with it. 50 First Dates, Blended are all probably his best. That's from Charlie.
The person who said the person that said that Wedding Singer was terrible was Bullfighter messing with Jamie.
Oh, okay.
He admitted you're just messing with me.
There we go.
People being able to log in through Facebook and Twitter on our chat line has been disabled because Facebook and Twitter and X are not working well with others
Pain
again.
in the butt. Okay.
So that Bullfighter's going to have to tag Bullfighter when he's posting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard.
Sorry, guys.
Hard to read the sarcasm sometimes. But
there is literally nothing we can do about it if those companies don't want to play nice with others.
A little difficult, no doubt. Yeah, so the Big 12 stuff, Memphis, I would be, I don't know if there is a right number, Jamie, for them to try to buy their way in. Maybe it's double. Maybe it's 500 million. So then it starts getting into, okay, we'll listen. That's better territory. But it does seem like the only $12.5 million or so per school is not enough to get in.
Not enough, right?
Y'all continue to chime in. This is the Morning Drive. Jamie will bring us a question coming up next on Double T 97.3.
This is the Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, guys. In honor of Choice and I currently sitting here in the studio with a replay of the Tech football game with Colorado going on in front of us.
Jamie chose this, by the way.
I still don't understand.
Yeah.
Jamie chose
I
this.
ask you this question today. Tell me your most frustrating game of the 2024-25 academic year for Texas Tech.
Oh, man.
What game frustrated you the most?
That's so broad. It's so easy to say the one that's on in front of us because it's at the forefront of the mind. The Colorado one, if I'm being honest, I felt like you got beat by a better team. When it happened, that's what it felt like. They kicked your butt in the trenches, and they used their superstars to beat you against a bad secondary last year. So that's what that felt like. I think I was more disappointed walking away from the Baylor football game than anything because you were 5-1 or 6-1. I'll have to look. Anyway, I think it was a 5-1 start, and you're coming off that win against Arizona. Felt like you boosted up pretty good with that one, and then you go into the bye week, have good feelings in the bye week. Baylor was reeling at that point. I mean, they were, I think, 2-4 to start the season, if I remember correctly. And you got some hype around your team and just played bad. They played really well, but it feels like your losses to Baylor in recent times, you've just gotten whipped in the trenches. And that one was another one of those games where you're getting beat up front and it didn't feel like you had a chance from the get-go. So I really do want to think more on this for basketball and baseball and those sorts. But for football, it was definitely the Baylor game.
Okay. Did I say football?
You said the whole year.
You said the whole year, but I'm trying to make it harder for the other sports.
I'm debating between two. and I don't know which one I'm more disappointed in. It might be the basketball because of how head-scratching it was. And that would be both losses to TCU, one in basketball and one in football.
Okay.
You had no business losing to TCU in basketball. As good as you were playing, and TCU was not better than you. And it's not a daunting home field advantage for them or home court advantage for them. You just, in both of those two games, you laid an egg.
Yeah.
You had the football game in hand and let it slip away. In the basketball game, you just laid an egg. It was the Baylor game to football for the basketball version against TCU. I'm going to go with the basketball game against TCU just because after that, I'm like, what did I just watch? And how did that... You almost had to watch it again immediately to understand how it happened.
Okay. I am way different than you guys on this one. I mean, you had a double-digit lead in the second half of a game to go to the Final Four, and you let it slip away. Losing to Florida in the Elite Eight is by far the most frustrating thing.
The most, okay.
And you did it. I mean, part of it was your own doing.
Sure it
Missing
was.
free throws.
Sure it was.
Not taking care of the ball. And, Florida hit some shots, no question. Florida hit some shots, but you got to give them credit. But you had just done the opposite 2 nights earlier when you came from way down to somehow beat Arkansas and get yourself there. And then you just ultimately just turned the tables and gave it back to Florida. If football, for me, it's without a doubt TCU. Without a doubt, no question. That last drive, the play calling late in that game was confusing at best and really disappointing. And I thought you had done a great job in that game after Barron got hurt and you got your backup in. And I thought the offense still flowed great. It was a great job by your offensive staff. And then just the way you kind of sat on it there at the end was really disappointing.
Okay.
Where would you guys put Game 1 of the Women's College World Series Finals in the loss to Texas?
It deserves to be high. It's not going to be as high on my list because I'm not as passionate about that sport. But that's totally fair. That's a good one, Jeff.
And there's an error in there, and
The intentional walk.
The intentional walk. Missing on the intentional walk. That's pretty. That's a really good point, Jeff.
Yeah, that one's up there. Definitely agree with the Florida thing. I guess when I was my mindset initially when you're saying disappointing, a lot of it has to go with expectations going into a game. For me, that's where it was like, where did you not live up to expectations? The Florida ones, I mean, that's your most gut-wrenching loss in basketball since.
Okay, so take your expectations to about what? 6 or 8 minutes left in the game, and you got a double-digit lead.
Sure. I'm talking about going. When I was thinking, when you said disappointing, I'm thinking of going into a game. That's what I was kind of how I put it in my perspective. Because the St. Joseph's game early in the season was one of those. The UCF game in basketball, those that you didn't live up to your expectations. The UCF to open the conference slate, though I think that was a springboard game for you.
I mean, I think you can look at any of those football games that we mentioned, whether it's TCU, whether it's Colorado, whether it's Baylor, and be really disappointed because that kept you out of the Big 12 championship
Absolutely.
game. I think you can look at the basketball one and say it kept you from playing in the Final Four. I think you can look at the softball one and say it kept you from winning a national championship. Yeah. I don't know that the TCU basketball game in the regular season kept you from anything.
I will say the TCU baseball game, maybe TCU is just disappointing us all the time. The TCU finale.
Yeah, where you had plenty of opportunities to win it.
You had a lot of chances to win it. You were up, 5-3, I think, going into the 7th inning. And then
an error in the first inning cost you a run that would have also not.
Yeah, that one was fairly high as well.
Unfortunately, I didn't put any baseball on the list because you really never played enough meaningful games to have it mean that much.
Sure. It's the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back. This is the Morning Drive on Double T 97.3, Double T 97.3 mobile app, as well as DoubleTSportsNetwork.com. Yours watchable on television, Fox 34 News Now, YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, Double T Sports Network page on YouTube, we've got a lot of great content. From our live shows, you can watch live there. You can take in our Red Raider Recon, our podcasts. The Ask Level podcast was posted yesterday. We've got,
if you missed a show earlier in the day,
yeah, we've got also, and then just fun content as well. Just a little bit of goofing off, all sorts of stuff. So go hit the subscribe button at Double T Sports Network on YouTube. You'll get plenty of good stuff. That's Jamie Lent to my right. I'm Chois Woodman. Jeff McGuire across the way, handling us ably today. You can keep hitting us up if you'd like to do so. Your thoughts, comments, questions, all of it welcome on the Yates Flooring Center chat line via that Double T 97.3 mobile app. Take that app anywhere with you, even listen in out in Tinkertown, Massachusetts.
Okay.
We've talked about several things thus far, Jamie, but one thing I hadn't mentioned is the AJ, Nathan Geese put out on the AJ's website a ranking of Tech football's 2025 games based on intrigue, team talent, and potential chaos. That was his criteria for ranking the games on the Tech football schedule. So, intrigue, team talent, and potential chaos. So
I like it.
I'll run you through these. Y'all can go to the AJ website to see the entire list if you want to see the explanations on them too.
Okay, so 16 is Kent State.
16? We only have 12.
I'm 12. 12 is Kent State.
So we got, that's confusing. We have 16 teams in our 12 Big 12 league.
I'm talking about Big 12 championship game and then college football playoff games.
Okay, yeah. I think we could play 16 eventually, so I'm with you. I should have bought in quicker. My bad.
Yeah, number 1 will be the national championship game.
They actually have Arkansas Pine Bluff ahead of, or worse than Kent State. It's still an FCS game. I get it. Who knows? The Golden Flashes have.
I think the first game of the season pushes it ahead of Kent State.
I think I'm with your line of thinking on that.
Yeah.
But they have August 30th game against Pine Bluff, 12. Kent State is 11. Any guesses at 10? I don't know if I would have put this one at 10, but
Houston?
They got UCF at 10. Road trip to UCF. Knights under
road trip for UCF.
Sorry. For UCF, not to UCF. Thank you. And Oklahoma State is 9. I think I'm probably boosting that one just because I think there's a little bit of a rivalry there.
Absolutely.
But again, his criteria was intrigue, team talent, and potential chaos.
I get that, but like intrigue you're playing your rival. That makes intrigue.
Home game against Oklahoma State is higher than at Houston to me, which he's got at 8.
Yeah.
November 8th game, this is the 7th one, November 8th against BYU, ranked 7th on this particular list of Tech games.
That feels about right since their change of quarterback.
I think so.
Fair enough.
Think so. I mean, it's in that range. I could put it 5 to 7. 6th is the Kansas game.
Okay. Tough home game.
5th versus Oregon State.
That's probably higher on the list than I would have it.
The only reason that one's the intrigue is high on that one for me is just new opponent, just someone new,
something different,
and it will be your first opponent this season.
First with a pulse that you're expecting. So,
I said what I said.
Oregon State 5, but I think he's got it right between the 5 and 7 range there too. I think you can flex those around.
Sure.
All right, the top 4 games on the Big 12 schedule, according to
On the entire schedule.
The Texas Tech schedule, according to the AJ. November 29th, your Thanksgiving weekend game at West Virginia. That might be a little high to me.
Yeah,
However,
we'll have to see what happens, but
that could be
to decide whether you get into the playoff or
the Big 12 championship. So I think that's probably placed right for that reason. If you're anticipating that you need to win that one to get in, then it's still going to have a lot of buzz around it from a Texas Tech perspective. Third, it's interesting. All 4 of the top 4 are road games. Third is at Kansas State.
Okay.
Trying to get some revenge for the Avery Johnson destruction a couple of years ago.
Or every other loss that you've had.
Or all of it against Kansas State. Second
2 is Utah.
Yes.
Okay.
You guessed that
Good
one
guess.
right. You guessed that one right.
Because I figured number 1 would be Arizona State.
And number 1 is at Arizona State. It was funny when Rob Bro and Jeff McGuire had Sam Levitt on the end of the bench. Rob snuck a question in at the end that was, what game do you have circled or are you looking forward to the most for this season? He said Texas Tech. Texas Tech.
Without hesitation.
And then he added, I don't remember exactly what he said, but basically we need to get revenge. We need to.
That was a loss that they took last year.
Yeah. He's like, we need to get that one back. So I do think
let's just trade years with them, right? We'll give you that win and
we win the Big 12.
I am all for
win
that.
the Big 12 and play in the playoff.
I'm 100% for it and get the 4 seed.
Yep.
I'll take the 4 seed as well. Yeah, if we want to do exactly what Arizona State did last year, sign me up. All right, y'all can react to that list. Y'all can go find it at LubbockOnline.com if you want to see it for yourself. Get some more of your commentary in the Yates Flooring Center chat line.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.